Imagine this. You've spent years maintaining a healthy lifestyle, carefully balancing your diet and exercise routine, only to suddenly discover that your cholesterol levels are skyrocketing for no apparent reason. This is a reality many women face during perimenopause and menopause, and it's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the surprising changes happening in their bodies. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. These shifts aren't just about hot flashes or mood swings. They're deeply intertwined with metabolism, heart health, and even how your body manages blood sugar. So what's really going on and how can you take control? Let's dive into the science and strategies that can help you navigate this transformative phase of life. Dr. Kathleen Jordan, an internist based in San Francisco and the Chief Medical Officer of MIDI Health, a virtual care provider specializing in women's health, often hears from her patients how shocked they are to learn about new health concerns like high cholesterol. Many of these women are in perimenopause or menopause, and despite sticking to the same habits they've always had, their lab results tell a different story. I can't tell you how many times I hear, "I'm so surprised, I've never had high cholesterol before," Dr. Jordan shared. And she's quick to explain that this isn't unusual. It's actually a hallmark of hormonal changes during these stages. What many people don't realize is that the hormonal fluctuations associated with perimenopause and menopause do far more than trigger hot flashes, which are often considered the most well-known symptoms. These changes also impact metabolism, making it harder for the body to regulate blood sugar effectively. Declining estrogen levels play a key role here, as they influence everything from heart health to muscle maintenance. As a result, women in these life stages are at an increased risk for conditions like heart disease, prediabetes, and abdominal weight gain. And let's not forget the accelerated loss of muscle mass, which can further complicate matters. The good news? Lifestyle adjustments, including smarter eating and targeted exercise, can go a long way in managing these challenges. However, it's important to note that lifestyle changes alone might not be sufficient for everyone. In some cases, hormone therapy could be worth discussing with your healthcare provider. We'll explore hormone therapy in greater depth in future articles. So, what exactly defines perimenopause and menopause? Menopause officially occurs when a woman hasn't had a menstrual period for 12 consecutive months, typically around age 52 for U.S. women. Perimenopause, on the other hand, refers to the transitional phase leading up to menopause, which can last anywhere from 2 to 10 years. During perimenopause, periods become irregular, and symptoms like night sweats, insomnia, anxiety, and brain fog may begin to surface. These symptoms often persist into menopause itself, making it crucial to adopt proactive strategies for coping. Now, let's talk about nutrition and exercise, two pillars of wellness that take on renewed importance during this time. Here's what experts recommend. Diet and nutrition tips. Cut back on sugar. Hormonal shifts during perimenopause and menopause can increase insulin resistance, making it tougher to maintain stable blood glucose levels. One reason for this lies in the fact that estrogen receptors are found throughout the body, including in the liver, which plays a central role in metabolism. Additionally, carrying excess weight around the abdomen, a common issue for women in midlife, is a known risk factor for diabetes. Reducing sugar intake can help mitigate these risks. To expand on this idea, consider replacing sugary snacks with nutrient-dense alternatives like fresh fruits, nuts, or yogurt. Small dietary swaps can add up to big benefits over time. Boost fiber intake. Fiber slows down digestion, helping you feel fuller for longer. This is especially beneficial for managing weight, cholesterol, and blood sugar levels. Aim for a minimum of 25 grams of fiber daily, ideally sourced from whole foods rather than supplements. Dr. Paris Farhadi, an OBGYN and regional clinical lead on menopause care at Kaiser Permanente, suggests simple ways to incorporate more fiber into your meals, such as sprinkling chia or flax seeds onto salads, smoothies, or oatmeal. Whole grain breads with higher fiber content are another excellent option. Limit alcohol, processed foods, and unhealthy fats. Consuming alcohol, processed foods, saturated fats, and trans fats can exacerbate inflammation, which is already heightened due to hormonal fluctuations. Moreover, alcohol can disrupt sleep patterns, something many women in perimenopause and menopause already struggle with. By reducing these dietary culprits, you give your body a better chance to adapt to the changes it's undergoing. Prioritize protein. As we age, our bodies require more protein to counteract age-related anabolic resistance, a condition that begins around age 35 and impairs muscle growth. Lindsay Orbeta, a sports dietitian at the UCSF Women's Sports Medicine Center, explains that declining estrogen levels compound this issue, further hindering muscle-building efforts. For optimal results, aim for 5 to 5.5 ounces of lean meat or fish per meal, or roughly 8 ounces of tofu if you prefer plant-based options. Animal proteins tend to be more easily absorbed and complete compared to plant proteins. Breakfast is particularly critical for perimenopausal women. Orbeta advises consuming at least 15 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking to support healthy cortisol rhythms. Skipping breakfast regularly has been linked to elevated cortisol levels throughout the day, which can contribute to metabolic issues like insulin resistance and abdominal obesity. Post-workout nutrition matters. After exercising, timing your meals correctly can maximize recovery. Within 30 minutes of finishing a workout, blood flow to muscles peaks and your body becomes more receptive to nutrients. If you've done strength training, focus on protein. After intense cardio, pair carbs with protein. For example, a slice of whole grain bread with turkey or eggs. Avoid undereating. Some women attempt to combat midlife weight gain by drastically cutting calories, sometimes consuming only enough to meet their resting energy needs. According to Orbeta, this approach backfires by accelerating muscle loss. Instead, prioritize nutrient-dense foods while scaling back on calorie-dense, low-nutrition processed items. Get adequate calcium and vitamin D. Bone density declines during perimenopause and menopause, underscoring the importance of calcium and vitamin D. Dr. Jordan recommends checking your vitamin D levels, as deficiencies can hinder calcium absorption. A DXA bone density scan may also be worthwhile, especially if you have risk factors like a family history of osteoporosis, low BMI, or significant alcohol consumption. Exercise recommendations. If there's one type of exercise to prioritize during perimenopause, it's strength training. Experts agree that building and preserving muscle and bone strength should be top priorities. Marily Apezzo, a dietitian and head of the nutrition pillar at Stanford Lifestyle Medicine, emphasizes that learning proper strength training techniques is essential. While cardiovascular exercise remains vital for heart health, strength training takes precedence because many women have historically leaned more toward cardio. Dr. Farhadi advises aiming for 150 minutes of weekly exercise, divided into manageable chunks like 5 30-minute sessions. At least 2 or 3 of these sessions should focus on strength training through weight-bearing activities. Progressive overload, gradually increasing weights, repetitions, or sets is key to seeing results, according to Apezzo, who is currently leading a strength training study for Bay Area women in perimenopause. Orbeta notes that workouts should involve 6 to 8 reps of heavy weights, pushing yourself to near failure to stimulate the central nervous system. Estrogen supports CNS functions, so lifting heavier helps counteract its decline. Interestingly, research suggests that strength training might also reduce the frequency of hot flashes in women experiencing them severely. In conclusion, the mantra is simple yet powerful. Don't starve yourself and embrace strength training. But here's the million-dollar question. How will you tailor these insights to fit your unique journey? Share your thoughts, questions, or personal experiences in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going.